What are you doing up here? You gonna steal my whiskey? What a little jerk. Okay, you're not a jerk. Hey, get down. Hello, happy hour. Nope. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Happy Hour. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Yeah, for anybody that's kind of been following the videos or been watching my videos at least a little bit, you might have noticed I haven't posted one in quite a while, so I apologize for that. It's been several months, actually. I think maybe the end of May or something, but there's really one simple reason for that. In all honesty, it's because I just haven't really been drinking that much whiskey. I know, it's sacrilegious to say, but I haven't been drinking that much whiskey. In fact, really any over the summer. So, I'm not drinking much whiskey. I'm not making much whiskey videos, right? Anyways, we're back. Weather's starting to turn. As soon as it starts to cool off, generally in this kind of September, and you start to get a few of those cool nights, my brain starts thinking of bottles of scotch. So I think we're going to be back to some consistent videos. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who stuck around. I noticed that my channel is over like 600 and some odd subscribers, so that's pretty rad. I certainly appreciate that, and the views have been pretty consistent too. So that also makes me want to do more videos because you guys obviously seem to enjoy them and watch them. So hey, what better reason to do them, right? All right, so on that note, the last video I did was Tamdu. So I had a bottle of Tamdu batch strength that I found, and I never tried the Tamdu before, and I really enjoyed it. And I was kind of looking around on my shelf, and I realized that I had this pretty good selection of kind of that heavily sherried, batch strength, cask strength type of scotches. And I thought I'd kind of pit them against one another and kind of see which one kind of came out on top. And that Tamdu kind of held up pretty well against some of what I had historically loved as some of my favorite scotches. I have a few more of those. I've got a Kilkerran batch strength. I just picked up a Glenallachie 10 batch, which I wanted for years. What else? Oh, we got an Edradour Signatory cask strength 12-year-old. That's going to be killer, I'm sure. But instead of continuing that train or continuing on that train right now, my palate hasn't had a whiskey in months. So I feel like that might be a little bit diving into the deep end a little bit too quick. So I was kind of looking around my shelf, and as you can see, I selected something. I picked this Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean Cask for a couple of reasons. A, I've never really talked about Balvenie on this channel. I don't think I've talked about it at all. I know I haven't done a review. And that's really because I don't have that many bottles of Balvenie. They're a pretty big brand, right? Like they're kind of up there, and I don't know, maybe kind of a top 5, top 6 name brands, right, of single malt scotches, at least that I think of generally when I think of single malt scotches. But I've never really kind of dove down the rabbit hole on Balvenie. Like I said, I've had the 12-year-old, I think that's a double oak. Don't quote me on that. I think they call it a double oak, and it's really good. I've had this bottle, this Caribbean Cask. It's finished in rum casks, 14-year-old. It's really good. I don't know that there's any reason that I haven't really kind of jumped on the Balvenie bandwagon other than, like I've said many times before, there are just so many brands out there that I really haven't gotten around to. But this is, I think, the 3rd bottle I've had of this, believe it or not. And I bought this because I bought a bottle of Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve, I think it's called. It's like an orangey peachy label. And that also is finished in some rum cask finished whiskeys in there, right? And I wish I would have done the video on it, but that bottle did not last very long. Neither did it subsequent, because it was really good as well. And I wanted to do the kind of comparison between 2 different rum cask finished whiskeys. So I can't do that, unfortunately, because I don't have that bottle. But I do have this bottle, and I vaguely remember, here's my 5-second review. This tasted like a more expensive, better matured version of the Glenlivet one. Go figure, right? This is considerably more money, and it's a 14-year-old single malt. So, yeah, but that was good. If you like the rum cask finished stuff, check out that Founder's Reserve. It's pretty cheap, and it was pretty decent stuff. So let's dive into the Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean Reserve. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, I've had this bottle for quite a while. I think this is I said my 3rd bottle, and I think this might only be my 2nd bottle. The 1st bottle did not last very long. I really enjoyed it. And then this bottle I've actually had for probably maybe a year. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't think it's oxidized. Hopefully it hasn't oxidized, but yeah, I've had this for quite a while. Let's jump on the nose. Oh, wow. I recognize that smell. I mean whiskey. So this is what I loved about, which is what I really like about these Caribbean. I'm not a huge rum guy. Like I like a rum and coke once in a while, but I haven't gotten down the rabbit hole on. I don't drink rum straight. I haven't really. I know there's a lot of amazing rums out there, but I haven't jumped into that world as much as I have the whiskey world. But there's something. I don't want to say it smells like rum. I don't really smell rum, but I get this kind of tropical fruit note that I'm associating with the rum. And I remember that in the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve one as well. I could smell something similar between the two that was unique to these whiskeys compared to other whiskeys. And it's this tropical note. It's actually, as ridiculous as it may sound, it's kind of like, it's banana. It's like a little banana. Yeah, banana, it's like a bit of banana runt. I use that analogy I did a video on Bren, which is a French single malt whiskey. And that tasted like banana runts. I don't know if you've had runts, but there's those little hard candies. There's like little fruit shapes, cherries and whatever the hell, limes and whatever. But they got bananas in there and they literally shaped like a little banana. So it's that kind of fake, not in a bad way fake, but kind of like candy banana. Yeah, I really get that candied banana. Candied banana. And then a really nice matured single malt whiskey right below that. All right, let's have a sip. Okay, so that's my, honestly, my first sip of whiskey. Probably 2 months. I feel like I had maybe one or two kind of before that, but I have not been drinking whiskey at all. So I was a little worried. Is it like, have I like lost any marginal ability to taste things that I had beforehand? Or is it going to be like, oh my God, it's like reinvigorated? It feels like I haven't skipped a day, actually. It tastes like what I assumed it was going to taste or what I remembered it tasting like. So that's good. So it's not I don't think it's if you don't use it, you'll lose it mentality, at least for me right now. I get a little bit of the banana runt flavor as well. Now, because I haven't been drinking a lot of whiskey, now I just said I feel like my taste buds haven't changed that much, or I'm not missing too much. The alcohol is definitely coming through a little bit more. It's not like super strong or off-putting, but I'm tasting the ethanol a little bit more than I remember tasting. That just could be because my taste buds are not burnt out from drinking whiskey every day. That's possible. I don't know. But yeah, I get a little bit of buttery, creamy, a little bit of caramel. There's, believe it or not, I almost get a few bourbon, like wisps of bourbon flavors, concepts, tastes. You can taste a little bit of wood. You know what? I can actually taste a little bit of the rum influence too. And I can't quite put my finger on what that is, but I've had obviously straight rum. I'm not a avid straight rum drinker, but I've had darker rums, some, nicer rums once in a blue moon. And I do get a little hint of a rum flavor. It is, maybe that's that kind of ethanol-y alcohol kind of kick that I'm getting. But right below that, there is a very nice single malt whiskey. Relatively simple, at least simple to drink. I feel like this is where I might be missing out because I haven't had this in a long time. I'm not getting that much more. So I feel like that maybe I'm missing out a little bit there because I haven't done this in a while. I'll say I like the nose better than I do the taste. Taste is not bad. It's good. It's interesting. Doesn't taste super It doesn't taste super rich. The nose is better. Yeah, to me, the nose is better. I get that banana, a little bit of candy. The flavor, now all I can really taste is that kind of ethanol-y kind of rum kick. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm gonna have a few more different whiskeys tonight, ones that I'm quite a bit more familiar with, and see if this is me, or like my palate has changed a little bit, or I just need to maybe kind of grow back into it a little bit, or if this is actually kind of boring, dare I say. Well, maybe this isn't why I haven't gotten into Balvenie, because I remember I liked the 12-year-old. I remember I really liked it. It was really easy to drink, and it seemed kind of like a beginner's whiskey. I hate to say that because that's silly, right? Like beginner, not that I'm advanced or what's beginner, what's intermediate, what's whatever, right? But it was kind of underwhelming. It was easy. I remember being pretty sweet and didn't really jump out to me that much. Like I said, I enjoyed it, but yeah, obviously not enough to revisit it that many times. I forgot to say this is 43%, so that's cool. No idea if it's chill filter. I feel like it's probably chill filtered. I could be wrong. I'm sure somebody knows more than I, and hopefully you'll comment in the comments. Here's the nose: rich, sweet, and creamy, toffee and fresh fruit notes. Yeah, I kind of got that. Didn't say banana, but I got banana. Taste rounded with vanilla, sweet oak, and fruitness. I definitely got the oak. Finish warm, soft, and lingering. All right, I don't know what warm tastes like. I don't know what soft tastes like, but that's cool. So yeah, I don't know. This bottle is not cheap either. It's a 14-year-old. Balvenie has kind of got one of those names that if you've ever done any research and looked at some of their older, higher end bottlings, they have the ton. They've got a ton of these TUNs bottlings that are, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I think there's some bottles up there, as far as like the most expensive bottles you can get, period, are like, some of the Macallans, obviously. I feel like there's even some really old Glenmorangies that are right up there. A couple of the Islas, obviously, like the Ardbegs and Lafroigs. But Balvenie's is right up there as well. I feel like it's probably in the kind of top 5 of heralded older whiskeys. But yeah, this is okay. I think it's worth trying. I would suggest trying the Glenlivet Founder's Reserve if you haven't tried a rum cask finished whiskey before, and see if you like that, because there's definitely something unique about it. That rum definitely imparts something interesting, and if you do like that, then I would say certainly give this a whirl. Or if you're a Balvenie fan and you haven't tried this, then give it a whirl. But I believe this is like $80. Yeah, it's in the $80 or $90 range. I probably should have looked that up too, but it's sub 100, but it's more than 75. So it's about $80 or $90. Is it worth it? I don't know. Probably not for me. Not right now, but like I said, I'm going to have to revisit it after I've reintroduced my palate to these glorious liquids. Anyways, it's not going to be 4 months till I make my next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll get back into it. And yeah, thanks for watching Happy Hour. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be rad as well. Cheers. See you next time.